when you're in a relationship, sometimes you don't move and do things the way that you would do them as a single person, because now you have somebody else's feelings to consider. And not even sometimes just that person, but also if you have kids together and you're creating a family, and then mother-in-laws and sisters and daughters and my brother, and like all that, a lot of people are affected by your one decision. So the fact that he's still not taking accountability is a little problematic to me.
Medicine, Quebec, man, the girl was heaven sent. Medicine, Quebec, man, the girl was heaven sent.
Martell gave up his whole meal for some coleslaw. I bet you he's still hungry. Oh, Dr. Heavenly, that was cute. I like how you put that. That was real cute. I bet he's still hungry too. But I am interested to get in the mind of a man, or a man in Martell's situation. Now, I understand we ain't psychologists, numerologists, archaeologists, but I still feel like we can give our opinion, our perspective on situations like this based off of our experience and the things that we went through as people. So I wanted to think about what would make Martell sabotage the good thing that he had. And it made me think that sometimes we just don't recognize our blessings, or maybe we don't feel worthy of them, because I'm not trying to take up for him or anything, but I just am really curious. Maybe it's that same mindset that people had when they win the lottery, and then next year you find them and now they don't have any money. Sometimes I think maybe your mindset has to elevate for the responsibility of having a bunch of money, and to the responsibility of actually being a husband, and vice versa, actually being a wife. It's like a mindset shift that has to happen. I think a lot of times people are married, but they don't become a husband, or they don't become a wife, because to me, husband, wife is a God ordained title. So with that, marriage is kind of like how Christ went to the cross for us, self-sacrificing. So to me, when I read things like Martell said, Martell said that Melody wasn't doing enough to please him in the bedroom, and because of this, she had some responsibility. She should take some responsibility for him cheating. Stuff like that upsets me, because that is very selfish. You know what I mean? Okay, granted, let's say that's how he felt, but the fact that he didn't think about, or maybe he did, I don't know, but all right, him trying to fulfill that need with someone else, what did he think was going to do to his meat? Did he not why? That's the part that I'm talking about. When you're in a relationship, sometimes you don't move and do things the way that you would do them as a single person, because now you have somebody else's feelings to consider. And not even sometimes just that person, but also if you have kids together and you're creating a family, and then mother-in-laws and sisters and daughters and my brother, and all that, a lot of people are affected by your one decision. So the fact that he's still not taking accountability is a little problematic to me. And I don't know. I'm thinking that it's something there, but like I said, I ain't trying to go all deep or whatever. But sometimes, I feel like in a way we too can possibly relate. When something comes our way and we're not really ready for it, kind of like, an immature teenager or a kid that flunks out of college or something, because they still had that same mindset as a high schooler and doesn't realize the work that it takes to keep up at a collegiate level. I think that's the vibe that I'm getting from with Martell, because I just don't understand. And maybe it's not meant for me to understand, but I do sometimes think that we can sometimes self-sabotage our blessings because we feel like we're not worthy of them. And that's how come I really believe that it's important to, understand that Christ loves us. And we don't have to work at it. Even when you don't feel worthy, he still be looking out for us. Even when we don't always make the hit the mark, he comes with us with grace and mercy. And I feel like that kind of helps you to accept, you can be a messed up person, or you may not do everything right, but God still blesses us. You know what I mean? His mercies are new every morning. And I think we just have to learn how to appreciate that. First, appreciate God and his love for us, and then we are able to appreciate ourselves. Because I'm just yeah, very, very like, Martell, why'd you do that? And then I feel like a person that knows that they have something really, really good going on doesn't intentionally want to do that. So in a way, it's like, that's why I'm trying to think, what was the reason? Remember Cardi B? What was the reason? Like, what was the reason that you did that? And then I just felt like if I would put myself in his shoes, or, you know, all things being equal, it may just feel like, you know, sometimes people really do self-sabotage. And I think that's what's happening in this situation. And another thing, when Martell was calling out the things that were going on in the marital bed between him and Melody, I feel like that was a red flag and a problem for me too, because forget all that. Like, forget all that physical stuff. Because I feel like, and I posted this, I did a tweet on this. You know, I got a lot of likes, y'all. You see them likes? No, but seriously, I really feel like a lot of times men say things like that, like, oh, my needs weren't being fulfilled. But what about the woman's needs? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times in relationships, we as women, our needs don't get met in relationships, and I can imagine in marriages, like even emotionally. But we ain't stepping out. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some women that do. And I'm not like trying to speak for all women, but y'all know what I mean. Like, a lot of times, like, we don't get that little compassion, babe, you anything I can help you with kind of thing. We suck it up. It may hurt our little feelings or whatever. Maybe our emotional needs aren't being met, but do we go and cheat and go out creeping with the deacon? No. So I just feel like that's not a good enough excuse for me. Like, if your needs weren't being met, maybe like, let's just go with that. Let's say his needs weren't being met, but maybe there's a reason why. Maybe like your wife is being worked too much. Are you trying to help her? You know what I mean? Help with the kids. Everything cannot just be on one person. You know, come on now. So that's the part that just bothered me. Like, what part are you going to take in this? None? Zero? Okay, so yeah. But nevertheless, that's just my whole problem. You know, someone cannot be your happiness, or you cannot look to a person to fill all your voids. A person is just like a complement to your happiness, but they cannot fulfill it. You know, you have to find the thing outside of yourself. Actually, you have to look within. It cannot be something outside of you, like something tangible, like a place or a person or a thing, a car or clothes. None of that is going to satisfy you. Watch, when you get those things, you're still going to feel like something is missing. And for me, that missing piece, I'm always going to say, is your relationship with God. And just opening up yourself to him and being able to know that you can come to God exactly as you are. That's what we're all looking for. We all want to be able to be our authentic self with somebody, someone that will accept us, flaws and alls, the things we did in the past, the things we still may screw up in the future, and to be able to just like, this is me, accept me for who I am. And you can get that in a partner, but I really feel like even still, like, your partner still may not get you, but we do have a savior that knows exactly what you're going through, exactly how you feel, and is always available too. Because even if your partner isn't around, or even if your partner can't be there for you, like emotionally in the midnight hour, God can. And that's what I want to say. We had to get to the point where, like, you know what I mean? I love my husband, I love my wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, whatever, family, mom, dad, whatever it may be. But sometimes they just can't be there for us 24/7, whenever, when all calamity is breaking forth. But when you have a relationship with God, he can be there for you. He's always there. He's there right now. So I say all that to say, you know, like people always tell us, put God first. And I feel like put God first even in things like this, even in your relationships, because I do feel like even when you're in a marriage and stuff like that, a relationship, like, that person cannot be your everything. I heard this lady, Tiana Smalls, I really like her. She said, no person can be your Jesus. And that's what happens. We get frustrated when people don't be like on that superhero time, like fulfilling all our every needs. It was not meant for them to. They can't. They didn't go to the cross for you, but Jesus did. So that's Well, I say all that to say this. Sometimes we sabotage our blessings and the good things because we just, we forget who we are and whose we are. And once you get back into that position and like, okay, I'm going to seek the Lord, I'm going to start reading my Bible, seeing what God has to say about me, you'll be perfectly fine. Will there be roadblocks? Will there be like slippery roads ahead? Will there be mountains you have to climb or go around or speak to be removed? Yes. But nevertheless, you can kind of have like a peace, a satisfaction. That's kind of what I have. That is what I have. A satisfaction, like a wholeness. And before I never felt this way. But once I started taking out the time to be like, okay, Lord, it's me and you. Whatever you say, I'm going to read this Bible. I'm going to get my life right. I'm going to correct it. Call, alt, delete, remove all the toxins and junk. Like, here I am, and it's a journey. You know what I mean? It's a walk. It's a continual walk, but it worked for me. It's working for me. So you're not just like, I gotta share that, guys. But nevertheless, thank you again for listening to this. But we're gonna keep Martell in prayer. But seriously, we are, because I don't now reviewing this show and talking about it, like you feel like a little invested in the people. You begin to like them and their relationships and things like that. So at the same time, like, I'm sad now that I'm actually like doing research and things like that. I'm sad about what happened. I'm sad that like they couldn't work it out. But at the same time, I feel like even with us, when we miss the mark, God is like there to give us grace and mercy. So I just want to extend that to him as well. And not to say, I'm caping for him or anything like that, but I understand where you can have like a good thing in your life and not even realize it. And I think that's kind of what happened with the situation. I don't know, like I said, not disclaimer, not a psychologist, just a person with experience. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do not forget to like this video, share, have a dialogue with your friends and family. If I'm off base, talk about it. Each one teach one. We're all in this together. But also, do not forget to subscribe, because that's the thing. A lot of y'all be watching my videos, but y'all don't be hitting that subscribe button. But it's okay. But nevertheless, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.